I don't know, Shirley sent, I don't know if you got an email. Yeah. I got to check out. She was wondering why we haven't moved ahead with the tax abatement policy. You know, I guess I'm not sure I want to support a blanket policy for the program. You know, I'll be seeing her at 5 o'clock today. She'll probably bring it up at the meeting that she's, I don't know, she expressed some disappointment.
Yeah.
We weren't near a computer, so I wasn't able to get my email.
Oh.
You're gone, so.
Yeah, she said last week sometime.
Well, let's talk about that.
That, you know, the project early, they're going to go ahead and do it, whether we grant it tax abatement or not. You made that statement.
Well, it was mentioned the other day that there was a business that decided not to come to Sac County because that program wasn't in place just recently. So
What would, I mean, I guess I thought of, when we were visiting about it last time, that if we were to do something and we set something out there that was consistent, they would see that it's there and this is what's available, and I mean, what would be the downside of that? I mean, what are you thinking as far as?
Well, you know, if a situation came up that it was a business that wasn't necessarily beneficial to the county, or
that would be one way of.
well, you know, undesirable industry. Why would you want to get a tax abatement?
Supervisor's office for next speaking. Yeah. We're relatively light today. We're just kind of visiting about several issues. Are you en route? Okay. That'd be fine. Thank you. Let's Ron. He hadn't left yet, but he will very shortly.
They're building a refinery in Elkhorn, South Dakota.
Trying to get it through, I don't know whether they're.
Great big one.
Yeah. Now, the Iowa director, the head of the DNR, Leopold, is challenging it. He's afraid that the air emissions from the plant will be detrimental to Iowa.
Just Sioux City in particular? That would be, what is it, 25 miles, 30 miles from Sioux City?
Yeah. Well,
that's been they've been trying to work through that process for a couple, 2-3 years. They certain levels of hurdles that they've got to get.
yeah, did a county referendum, you know, which was very publicized, and some people are in favor of it.
Do you recall how that turned out?
It passed, yeah. So they're getting close to starting construction, I think, according to the article in the paper.
They bought up a significant amount of land, or had options to buy significant.
research into this tax abatement or enterprise zone?
I kind of would, just because I think if you don't move forward with it, then it's going to be very difficult to remain consistent. Your thought is good as well. It's about a 50-50 deal. I mean, if you don't have something that gives a little bit of consideration in the formula, you may not necessarily want what you get. But on the other hand, I think it's been something that we've worked on very hard, that we try and do things consistently. And so if you have something in advance and this is what you have available, you don't have the problem of not being consistent, I guess.
Another thing is we might have to make a too hasty decision. Like this one, actually, I felt came in kind of late. They should have got one of us
it was very late.
a couple months beforehand. And
Well, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, the bins I put up, I bet that deal was already made.
yeah,
Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to get it up this.
right.
So,
But if they wanted the consideration, they
Right.
should have contacted us earlier, and so
Yeah.
we could have got something going.
well, I guess, I want to talk to more people, what their feelings are on it. If we just want to have a carte blanche policy that anything and everything is entitled to with no review by the elected officials, which is us, I'm not sure.
Oh, it's a good consideration.
I guess,
A lot of them, I mean, I think in our discussion, what we were thinking about, it would be a very short time, maybe a 3-year arrangement with a smaller, this proposal was something that asked for 100% for 3 years, and I don't think our position would be to give 100% to anything for any length of time. And so some kind of sliding scale for a longer period. But Jack's point of being hasty and doing something quickly that you have not researched or thought through real well is not a good idea. That's a good point.
well, I guess we'll just, we'll all individually explore this idea, and then one or all of us want to bring this to a board meeting. We'll address it at that time.
I wonder if any of the surrounding counties have anything. Do they have a blanket, or do they take them as they come?
Well, I would say the indicator of this one in Vista County would be that they're taking them as they come, because that was a 3-year 100% asking, and then when they built that the ethanol plant, they gave 20 years, didn't they?
I don't know.
It was a long time at Elbert City, and so that wouldn't be anything relatively close to the same as what this was, and that was Sulphur Springs. So, I mean, it kind of comes down to how much value you place on having them all the same, or whether you decide that you don't want to have them the same.